I find the art and power of language fascinating. So much of who we are as human beings relies, at least to some degree, on our ability to communicate with each other. But I am also poignantly aware of the limitations of words. The first reason for my belief in these limits is my exposure to Eastern philosophy. Imagine the smell of a rose, or the taste of chocolate for that matter. Think about those actions and reactions. Then try to describe either to someone who has never lived them. As soon as the words come out, they start to miss the reality of the situation. This is a mental exercise that reminds me that words are like maps to reality, but the map is not the territory. Our words can never completely convey even simple experiences like those. We will still try to do this sort of thing, but language is at best a poor copy of the universe. If describing things as basic as these is beyond our power, at least to some degree, how much more so are the ideals and principles that truly allow us to define and better ourselves? I make this same objection on a smaller scale when it comes to scientific explanations. One can know the chemical composition of chocolate, how it interacts with the biology of the mouth, and 100 more pertinent details of the process. But in a very real way, these observations fail to relate the reality to someone who hasn't been through it. Language and even study often does not compare to direct experience. Another reason I see limits in words is much more personal. I have a child who is primarily nonverbal. Speech is something that comes natural to most people, myself included, and I try to be a good listener when others are talking. But these skills don't do me as much good as I would have liked in the beginning, and he and I need to communicate through gestures and body language. These experiences have taught me what those sometimes very subtle clues mean about what he needs and wants. That skill has been hard for me to learn, but well worth the trouble to know him better. His words are limited, but we can still communicate on a very personal level without them. I should also say that the irony of deconstructing the usefulness of language by using language is not lost on me. I hope that this attempt to map how I view this particular part of the universe has been conveyed to whatever small degree a statement like this possibly can.